All right, something for those of you that have ever felt disheartened when you put your time, energy, and effort into something and it fell flat, or you didn't get the response that you wanted, however you measure that. Now, there's a lot of research that looks at why certain people are successful. And of course, some people like to just say, well, it's talent and, it's certain circumstances and it's who they know. And as you can imagine, the research speaks to how just complex this is. There's never just one reason, but they are very clear that it is not just talent or circumstances or even privilege or anything like that alone. As a matter of fact, one of the main reasons they find behind success in certain people, whether that's musicians, whether that's athletes, but obviously there's only so many contexts I can go in within the confines of this video of keeping it short and tight, is, as you would imagine, just output, quantity. More successful people continue to put out more bodies of work, right? It reduces or it increases the odds that success will be accomplished. And we see this all the time. We've had people in our coalition program that work for 3 to 6 months to kind of get an idea out of their head. And then if they're met with a certain amount of resistance, they kind of feel like giving up. And in reality, we have to always encourage them, like, no, like that was one thing. That's like a musician putting out one song or one album and it not getting the response they want and just being like, well, it wasn't meant to be. Like, you can't live life like that. And that's not represented in sport either, whether you're looking at bats or quarterbacks attempts at, certain throws of certain distances or just whatever. Contextualize it however you want. But the reality is consistency and quantity matter. And it matters just as much as talent and quality. And there's certain people that can find, certain research that's going to combat that. And then there's people that will find research that will go at that. But I mean, it's pretty straightforward common sense. The more output you create, the better you're going to get. The lower likelihood that your stuff is going to be ignored, because at least something's going to hit. If you put out 20 podcast episodes and 19 don't resonate with people, well, you never know if that 20th one is. So you just have to keep going. I don't know what advice people expect. I think that unfortunately in today's day and age, you're shown so many examples, and they're fake, of immediate success, that certain people create these narratives in their mind. Well, if people didn't take to it right away, it's not meant to be. And in the midnight of their souls, as Robert McKee says, they know that's bullshit. They know they wouldn't let a friend listen to that advice. They know they should just start again and try something new. So I don't care whether it's an online course, whether it's a book, whether it's an entrepreneurial idea, whether it's a social media post, whether it's a relationship. Quit letting one thing, or maybe even just a string of things, dishearten you. Keep going. Keep going. Try different stuff. Do a 180. Don't worry so much about overthinking these things. Just stay in the pocket. Stay in the saddle. If you don't like that advice, I'm sorry. It's a timeless truth. There's no getting around it. Get your perfectionism out of the way. Get all the other excuses out of the way and create more outputs. Be more consistent over time, and you'll increase the likelihood of success. Common sense and research back this.